Hello, I'm Mona Santana. This is my daily gratitude list where I list and talk about 5 things I'm grateful for that hopefully you can relate to as well. Number 1, I'm grateful for TV. We have had TV for like 100 years now or something like that, and I can't imagine life before TV because it's really kind of interesting when you think about how TV has really brought us all together, which it doesn't seem like that would be the case because it's gotten such a bad rap throughout the years. But the truth is, we watch a lot of TV and it's part of our lives, and we talk about shows that we watch and, things like that. And so I really do actually appreciate that. And then I grew up watching a lot of sitcoms and, TV series and stuff like that. And I enjoyed all of that. And I actually really love those shows. And I still like watching TV from time to time. It's like there's a different type of TV now, I guess, is the thing. But it's all still really just kind of the TV. Even if you're watching on a laptop. I mean, it just kind of evolved, didn't it? It's a little different now, but TV's great. Now it's just like what, Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or whatever, Sky. Depends on where you are, I guess. But yeah, TV is it's a great thing. It's another form of entertainment that is just a huge part of our lives, and it's like it almost feels like it's gotten kind of a bad rap in a way, which really kind of, if you think about it, it's a pretty great thing. And then it employs like bazillions of people. I mean, okay, maybe not that many, but like at least millions. So like that's pretty cool. And then of course, we all are entertained by tons of different types of shows that we can watch and have, just as much entertainment as we want anytime we want. So TV is a pretty great thing. Imagine life before that. It's so weird. What was it like, I wonder? I mean, seriously. It's such a strange thought. There was no TV, so, that wasn't a thing to do. I mean, I guess people went out more, I guess. I don't know. It seems strange, doesn't it? But maybe stop and think about it, like in what ways is life different now because of TV? Number 2, I'm grateful for sliced bread. It's funny because I think people are always talking about like, oh, that's the best invention since sliced bread. And I think it's actually a really great invention because you ain't got to slice it. It's just already sliced, and it makes it really convenient. So I like the convenient things in our lives. Every now and then you want to make a sandwich. So you just take your sliced bread and it's easy. You just slap it together and you're done, So you don't have time to make something elaborate, but like toast or whatever. So sliced bread is actually an amazing invention. I mean, really, it actually is. So why not be grateful for it? Because like, what do you just buy a bag of bread and you get a piece of cheese or an egg or some, I don't know, whatever you eat. Peanut butter and jelly, you need sliced bread for those things. And there's simple things, but I enjoy stuff like that. So I imagine a lot of people out there do too. So why not be thankful for sliced bread? Number 3, I'm grateful for sunglasses. Do you know how important sunglasses are? If you really stop and think about it, they're very important. If you tend to go out in the sun a lot, they're protecting your eyes from later in life getting cataracts or, any kind of eye damage, because the sun can actually pretty much, really damage your eyes over time, especially if you're a person who works outside. Or tends to be outside a lot and you enjoy the outdoors. Sunglasses are incredibly useful, but also they're very, they protect us a lot. And it's funny because it's just such a, innocuous thing. You're just like, oh, look, there's some sunglasses, but they're pretty great, like imagine if you didn't have them, what would you do? Well, you'd probably end up having to go to the eye doctor to get your cataracts removed when you're old. So yeah, wear your sunglasses if you go out in the sun because it's going to damage your eyes. It's not good. So I am grateful for sunglasses. Also not to mention they're pretty cool looking, depending on what you're wearing, you throw on some sunglasses and they're pretty cool. So the style is also part of the reason why I would be grateful for sunglasses, Of course, the Italians invented sunglasses. like 1,000 years ago, ages ago. Like I can't even tell you exactly because I looked it up one day, but it's so easy. All you have to do is Google it, you know? It's such a simple thing to Google. Who invented sunglasses? Where did they come from? Well, Italy, apparently. But that doesn't surprise me because, you know, they're known for their great design and style and stuff like that. And anyway, so sunglasses, I think, was a really brilliant idea. So I am appreciative and I am grateful for sunglasses. Number 4, I am grateful for comedians. I love comedy. I love people who are able to be funny, who, you know, they do dedicate their lives to being comedians. That is a crazy life if you really think about it. Like you write jokes, you're always looking for jokes, like, you know, and then you put it together and then you stand up in front of people and you try to be funny. I don't think there's a harder thing to do. What could be more terrifying than to go in front of an audience and try and tell a bunch of jokes and try to deliberately be funny? You know, you could bomb so hard, you know, and they do, and they keep going, and that takes so much courage. I can't even imagine. I don't have the nerve for that. That's just, to me, is just unbelievable courage. Because it's really just such an intensely, you know, it's like if you're on stage and you're up there for 15 minutes or however long it is, and then you've got all this material and people are just like boo or whatever and they hate you. You know, that's like horrible. Can you imagine? And they keep going and they persevere and then they end up being able to learn from their mistakes and then hone their skill and hone their craft. And then eventually, not everybody, but the ones who persevere and who are actually great and usually innately funny, because let's face it, that's a very difficult skill to learn if it isn't innate, you know, like you're kind of born funny. Some comedians are, you know, I would say they're funnier than others, obviously, but that's all due to your own personal taste. But I've always loved comedy. I think it's such a great thing because it's uplifting most of the time. Depends on who you're watching, you know, because sometimes it could be pretty dark or whatever. But basically, you're gonna be laughing, which is ultimately one of the best things that we have in life. You know, there's music, laughter, love, you know, I mean, and if somebody is able to make you laugh, you know, you can just watch their comedy special or a TV show or a movie or whatever that's really funny. I love that. I just am like such a super major fan of people who are just, you know, able to be funny. That's incredible to me. So I want to say that I want to thank people who are comedians or even comedy writers. But I really think that is something that is a big part of our lives as well that we don't often think about, I guess. So today I'm thinking, thank you comedians, comedy writers, comedies. Number 5, I am grateful for bubblegum. I am grateful for bubblegum because the other day I went out to dinner and after the dinner they, instead of like mints or fortune cookie or something like that, they gave us bubblegum and I was so delighted because I haven't had bubblegum since forever. I mean, maybe since I was a kid, I don't really know. Not like, you know, bubblegum that's like the, you know, I mean, I'm talking about bubblegum, like the really sugary kind that you used to have when you were a kid and the little wrapper. So I had that and it was such a little treat because I hadn't had that in forever. And I just thought, oh my God, I love bubblegum. What a silly thing to, you know, just be, but it made me happy, you know, which is kind of ridiculous in a way, but it isn't because these are all the little things in our lives that make it so that our lives are better, whether you realize it or not. And I think the point of this show is to try and realize that these little things are the things that make our lives better. Also the big things, but you know, there are little things that make our lives better too, like bubble gum, such a simple thing. Maybe you don't like it or whatever, but nevertheless, like, you know, it's like, it's fun to even like think about like a little kid trying bubble gum for the first time, or like when you're a kid, you were trying to blow bubbles and stuff like that. And I don't know, like to me, it's just kind of a fun thing that I enjoy. So I hope you do too. And thank you for joining me today. I want to recap that I am grateful for TV, sliced bread, sunglasses, comedians, and bubblegum. So I hope that you can go throughout your day and think about these things and maybe like pay attention to where, you know, some of those things pop up in your life. And try and stay, you know, positive as much as you can. By practicing gratitude, it makes it easier. So I hope that you continue to join me, and I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. And see you next time. Bye.